Racers will light up the track at Pacific Raceways in KUNS for the NHRA Northwest Nationals, but the race will happen without one of its legendary drivers.
So back on June 23rd, while racing at Virginia Motorsports Park, John Force was in a fiery crash. There it is. His racing team gave ARC Seattle and KOMO permission to use this video, which shows the moment that he won his heat and his car's engine then explodes. His car crashed into a concrete wall at high speeds. Force was able to get out of that wreckage. His team says he suffered a traumatic brain injury and fractured sternum. He's now out of the hospital and at a rehabilitation center in California. Before this crash, he stopped by the KOMO studios to talk with Holly Menino about racing in the Pacific Northwest.
Joining me now is legendary driver John Force. John, you're back in Seattle for the NHRA Nationals, Northwest Nationals. What is it like to compete in Seattle?
Great racetrack, great place for the fans. You're sitting within the trees, so the air's usually good. Depending on the heat, you can run really faster. You can run national records, and but NHRA Prep's a great racetrack, and we don't know till we get there, and then we'll see. But I'm excited. My dad was a logger. I grew up in LA, but I lived up here in Seattle, surrounding areas, and you know, we were living in trailer parks back then. So exciting times, but for me to come back to Seattle, my daughter Brittany's coming. Of course, I drive the Peak Chevrolet, funny car. She's driving Top Fuel for Monster Energy, but for Flavor Pack this weekend. Great friends of our family that own that company, and we're excited just to be here. It's the greatest show on earth. We're P.T. Barnum coming into town, setting up the big top at 330 miles an hour, men against women. Every ticket's a pit pass. They're going to love it.
And John, you have been competing for years. How has the race changed over your time as a competitor?
Well, it's evolved. I go back to when I went to Australia in 1974. I've been out here a long time. I've raced at this track at Pacific Raceway here, Northwest Nationals. I've raced here for over 45 years. I've been in NHRA, if not 50 already, in another year it'll be 50, but I raced other series and stuff before that. I've been out here a long time, so I don't know anything else but racing. I love it. I turned 75 a few weeks ago. I don't want to tell everybody that, but my race car doesn't know it. Then I get in it and I drive it. I'm like a kid in there. And oh, I'm racing kids half my age, you know, and they're beating me up every week. I am second in the points right now.
What is it like seeing your kids race and now your grandkids race? This is a tradition you essentially started for everybody.
Well, it's scary for me because I worry about them getting hurt, but I got to say, NHRA, they do a great job of protecting us. Our cars go down these racetracks. You know, the sponsors know Cornwell. They got a young kid Proc driving. They know they can get hurt. But I'm telling you, in all these years, the safety safari, the cars that we build in Indy our own chassis, everything. Inside, I wear Simpson fire equipment, neck braces, everything. And, oh, I broke my arms and legs. I've been a mess before. They told me I was done, and I still come back and win championships. But it's really a safe sport at 330. I think my daughter ran 338 at Epping, set the track record. So the cars are really safe, and the competition is unbelievable.
I was just going to ask, how fast do you go? 338 miles per hour is what your daughter just did?
Yeah, you run, you make, each car makes 10,000 horsepower. So when there's two cars up there racing, and the girls race the guys, it's 20,000 horsepower. And they cover 1,000 foot in less than 4 seconds. So, and then they run at speeds. I run 236, I think. No, 336. Hell, I lost 100 there. 336, and my daughter set the track record, I think, at 335 or 338 at Epping. And but all these cars are fast. Hagen and Ron Capps, J.R. Todd, all these kids that are out there. It's just, I love racing with them, and they get mad at me like, oh man, why are you still out here? Because I love what I do.
And you can still do it, which is great. What can people expect from the show here in the Northwest, the Northwest Nationals? What's something unique about this show?
Well, like I said, the big top, P.T. Barnum, we roll into town. NHRA puts up the tents, we line up the 18-wheelers, and you can see everything from guys racing their their car from home to racing motorcycles, and then you go on to the top fuel dragsters like Brittany drives, and the top fuel funny cars, and Pro Stock, and the bikes. I mean, it's the greatest show on earth. Every ticket is a pit pass. You can go out there and be with your drivers, get pictures with them, get off that couch, get grandma and grandpa, and I can say that because I'm one, right? And come out here and let us entertain you. That's what we do. You know, in the greatest city in the world, I love Seattle, I love LA, I love San Francisco, I love them all. But come here and have some fun and take a day off and be with your family. Great food, great seating where you can see it, and we will entertain you.
John, thank you so much. You can see all the action for yourself July 19th through the 21st at Pacific Raceways in Kent. Back to you.
Be a fun race, and I just love John's energy, his excitement. I'm so glad he survived that crash, and I hope he is recovering at that rehabilitation center in California, and it's a smooth healing process for him.
Such a legendary force in the local racing world, and really many parts of the country, and you know, we're certainly wishing him well, and it was horrific what happened back in June with the crash, you know, after winning that heat, and just wishing him well, thinking of his family, and just want him to recover quickly.
And if you're going to that race, have so much fun.
That's right. Raise a little glass in honor of him, too, since he's not going to be there.